Oh, sure. Let's all torch the Bubster.
I have very clear memories of the original Bubsy on Mega Drive. I rented it once, and while I don't remember much of the game itself, I do remember one really specific thought while I was playing, which was, why do I keep dying? Fast forward to 1994, Jaguar needs games, and who comes to the rescue? Well, it's none other than Bubsy, the mascot no one asked for or wanted. Now, removing hyperbole from the conversation, I don't necessarily have a huge issue with the design of Bubsy themselves. They're a cartoon animal, they wear a t-shirt, and they're a smart aleck. It ticks boxes, and is bland, but whatever, it's a perfectly adequate character design. Now, onto the game itself. This is an interesting one, because it's exclusive to the Atari Jaguar, featuring refined platforming action with everything Bubsy fans love, like running into walls, falling and dying despite the fact that this is a platforming game, and running into enemies you can't see because they're off screen. Give these guys a Golden Game Design Award! I'm getting ahead of myself. What is Fractured Furry Tales about? It's Bubsy in storybook levels, that's it. You've got Alice in Wonderland, Jack and the Beanstalk, Aladdin, etc. All public domain and so cheap to license, for the price of free. The first level, Go Ask Alice, introduces you to Bubsy talking at every level intro screen, and get ready for this because you're going to hear him saying things like,
Who do I look like, Flipper?
and
Nothing can stop me now.
a million times. At first, this game seems like a huge improvement over the originals. Bubsy moves pretty quickly and reacts responsively, and the level itself looks pretty colourful and detailed. Then you die, and die, and die, and die, and die. What at first seems like slick control devolves into frustrating control when you realize that Bubsy moves very fast, is hard to control in the air, and enemies can kill you basically whenever they feel like it. You die in one hit. You don't get shields, just an invincibility power-up that's so rare I think I found one in my entire playthrough. That is one of the most egregious issues that this game features and is a constant problem throughout the whole thing. It is without mercy. When you feel like you're making progress, something appears out of nowhere and shreds you to pieces. Additionally, I mentioned Bubsy can die from falling from too high a height. In a mascot platformer, the character can die from falling from too high. It's idiotic. It means that if you inevitably fall off something high, you can't just start climbing up again, you're just dead. One random thing that bugged me was, like in a lot of video games of its era, the manual has a tips area. And one of the tips is, when you see an enemy, jump on him before he gets you. What? A basic game mechanic is not a tip. This is almost as ridiculous as the old pro tip to defeat the cyber demon, shoot at it until it dies meme. Is there anything good about Bubsy? Yes, actually there is. The graphics are a bit bland, but they are solid and colourful, and do a good job of representing where you're supposed to be. Additionally, the soundtrack by Alistair Lindsay and Kevin Saville is pretty good. It's hard to fault this game too much from a presentation perspective. Bubsy and Fractured Furry Tales is a fundamentally poorly designed game. There is potential in this title for a game that could have been pretty good with some simple fixes to the engine and design. These aren't major things to change either, as the engine itself is sound. There were just some boneheaded and bizarre choices made during development. If these fixes had been made, Bubsy would have been banal, yes, but they would have fixed a lot of the underlying issues of its predecessors without adding new ones. Check it out if you're curious or have unlimited time and unlimited patience to get through it, but it's not worth playing otherwise. There's just better games you could be enjoying instead.